Hi everyone, it's Steve here again on Mr. Chuffy84. I hope you're all keeping safe and keeping well amidst these very uncertain and anxious times. But as I was saying before, just please do keep well, keep safe. For my friends out there, as I say, I hope you're doing all right. Please do keep in touch and let me know how you're doing. And we will get through this. You know we will. It might be it'll be a bit of time, but we will get there. All right, now I'm here today because on Sunday 22nd of March, because it was announced just yesterday that one of country music's legends, Kenny Rogers, passed away at the age of 81. It was on Friday that he passed away. Apparently he was under hospice care. That's all we know. That's according to Wikipedia. Yes, very, very, very sad news. So I thought for today, I'd do a special video about Kenny Rogers. Because I do know a bit of Kenny's stuff, and I've been listening to Kenny for the last couple of years. Quite late to getting to know his stuff. I mean, I've been aware of Kenny, of course, over the years. I've heard various songs of his, but never really got into him. It's just like Glenn Campbell. I mentioned Glenn Campbell before, and only in recent times have I been getting into Glenn. Well, it's the same for Kenny. Now, I must say, I must confess, I must admit, country music has never been my favourite genre of music. For a long time, I was never devoted to listening to it or whatever, just apart from hearing songs on the radio or whatever else. Well, only in recent times, through watching documentaries on BBC4, such as the documentaries about Glenn Campbell and also a documentary about Kenny Rogers. I watched those documentaries and I really admired those two gentlemen, particularly after seeing those documentaries. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give their music a really good go. So I did with Glenn's and I did with Kenny's. Now, the program about Kenny was a few years ago, and so not long after the documentary, after I saw the documentary on BBC4, I presume that they will show that again on BBC4 at some point now that Kenny has just passed away. But I was in a second-hand store and I found an album by Kenny. It was a compilation album that came out in 1985 called The Kenny Rogers Story. This is the album that I'm going to put up a Facebook post later on, which for something that I did at the local hospital radio station that I volunteer with, which I'll talk about a bit later on. But here we go, the Kenny Rogers Story. 20 Golden Grades came out in 1985. Kenny Rogers, well, what can you say? I mean, as I say, country music legend. He sold over 100 million records worldwide in his lifetime, making him one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Again, that's according to Wikipedia, but there you are. So, serious. Absolutely fantastic. And 21 number one hits in the US in the country charts. Two of those were number ones here, so he had two number one hit singles here in the UK. Lucille and Coward of the County were the two number ones that he had here. So 20 songs on this album. So many of these are excellent, absolutely brilliant. Lucille, of course, one of his biggest hits. Lady, which was written by Lionel Richie. He recorded a number of songs over the years that Lionel Richie submitted to Kenny, and Lady, of course, being his most successful. There's a nice mix of country songs and ballads, and it's the country songs, of course, are really well known, really good, but the ballads too are really lovely. Some lovely ballads on here. So let's have a look. So The Long Arm of the Law, that's good. You Decorated My Life, which is a ballad, that's a nice song, really nice song. Sweet Music Man, Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town, another famous song of Kenny's, and that was That was when he was with a band called The First Edition in the late 60s, which was sort of like a psychedelic band. And that was the thing, before Kenny was known for being a country artist, his roots were in jazz originally. He was a jazz bassist, double bass player, and then from there he then moved into to the psychedelic era with The First Edition, being the bass player with them and lead vocalist. And Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town, that was the song that he did with The First Edition, and that was the song that would lead him to becoming a country music artist. So obviously he left The First Edition and went solo, and it was country that he became renowned for, of course. But that song was responsible for him becoming a country artist. Love or Something Like It, that's a fairly good song. Through the Years is one of a number of ballads on here, which is really decent. It's a really good song. You Are So Beautiful, and a song that's been covered by many, many people. Number of duets, of course. He did duets with Kim Carnes, Don't Fall in Love with the Dreamer. He did We Got Tonight with Sheena Easton, which you got the single for there, funnily enough. We Got Tonight, their collaboration from 1983. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that in just a second. The Gambler, of course, which was also turned into a movie, as was Coward of the County. So they both became TV films because of the stories behind them. And Kenny, of course, played the lead roles in those as well. I saw a bit of Coward of the County, I think, once on TV, and it looked pretty good. And Kenny Rogers as an actor, yeah, he seemed good. He seemed pretty solid as an actor. Had good screen presence. Daytime Friends, that's good. Love Lifted Me, another sort of country ballad, that's nice. Reuben James, country song, really good. I like that one. I think that's a good one. She Believes in Me, that's one of the nicest ballads, I think, that I've heard Kenny do. I think that's a lovely song. Something's Burning, which is the rockiest song, funnily enough, on this little compilation. And then Blaze of Glory, again, another good country song as well. So some excellent stuff. The only thing on this particular compilation is his cover of the Eagles song Desperado, which he recorded in 1977. It's okay. It's not. There's a moment where he sort of, at the end, where he sort of slides up the notes on the final notes, which doesn't really work, but it's okay. It's okay. You can't really beat the original, and Kenny's version is all right. It's not. It doesn't quite work, but it's all right. But apart from that, it's an excellent compilation. That was on vinyl. If you want to, if you've never really got into Kenny's stuff, then may I recommend, if you're in Asda or in any supermarket, you might be able to find this compilation, which is going for about £3 at the moment. If you want to get into Kenny, celebrate his life and work, as a good starting point, look out this compilation. This is Lucille, the collection on the Universal Stroke Spectrum label. A lot of the songs that are on that vinyl compilation are on here, with the addition of other really good songs: Love the World Away, Love Will Turn You Around, What Are We Doing in Love, Every Time Two Fools Collide, some other duets on there as well. Amazingly, and we haven't got to this yet, I know you're thinking, Steve, there's one song you've not mentioned yet. I know, because amazingly, it's not on here and it's not on there. And we're talking about the most famous duet that he did, written by the Bee Gees, and that's Islands in the Stream, which of course he recorded with Dolly Parton. Huge number one hit, not just in the country charts, but in the US Billboard Hot 100, number one hit single there. Not a number one here, amazingly, but there you go. So my mum, though, does have, I bought this for her a little while ago, Dolly Parton's Blue Smoke album, which also includes a best of compilation, and I will always love you. What am I thinking of? Islands in the Stream is on here, as is another duet that Kenny and Dolly did together. You Can't Make Old Friends. That's on the actual Blue Smoke album. That's a lovely song, actually. That's a lovely duet. Very, 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 very sweet. The Blue Smoke album itself is, in one or two places for me, is a little bit cheesy, but it's still great that Dolly's obviously still recording. I mean, this was actually from 2014. This album. That's a lovely duet, really nice, and of course, Islands in the Stream is on there too. Is on the best of there. So there we are. Well worth checking out if, as I say, if you want to go to the supermarket while you can and while it's there, and if you want to get to know Kenny's music more, then, as I say, that is widely available in supermarkets, Asda especially. Other supermarkets are available, but that's where I've seen it. Go and check it out there, and get yourself a copy. £3, you can't go wrong. And there's some excellent stuff on there. So Islands in the Stream, of course, is his most famous duet with Dolly Parton. So how did I first know Kenny? Well, I was sort of aware of Kenny, but I really started to admire Kenny's voice more through this song, the duet which I mentioned earlier, which he did with Sheena Easton in 1983, We've Got Tonight. Now, Sheena Easton, I like Sheena Easton. I know some members of my family are not so keen on Sheena, but I grew up listening to Sheena's songs because my dad had a number of her albums, and in the early 80s she was a huge star, of course, here in the UK, huge recording artist, and recorded some great albums in her early stage of her career. She would then go on and work with Prince on a number of collaborations, and Prince would produce songs for her as well. Of her early stuff, there's an album called Madness, Money and Music, which is really good. It's one of my favourites of hers. At her peak, she did a television special for the US called At One, again around about 1983, and she she was sort of promoting her latest stuff, and doing some other stuff as well, which was a bit unusual, but she had a couple of guest stars on that television special that she did. One was the singer Al Jarreau, who passed away a good number of years ago. He did a sort of disco funk sort of track called the Boogie Man, which at the time I thought was just so cheesy. I mean, nothing wrong with Al Jarreau. He was a great singer and all, but the song's just a bit cheesy. During the song he would keep saying boogie on, it's just like, oh no, not so keen on that. But the other guest star on her television special was Kenny, and they did We've Got Tonight, and I thought that's a really lovely song. It's a good duet. And I listened to Kenny, and I just thought, he's got a really good voice. And he seems such a nice guy as well. And I was thinking about Kenny. He came across as being such a nice guy, and I thought, I've got time for him, and I want to hear more. So then I saw the documentary, and then got the albums. So that was that. And then just recently, 2 years ago. Just under 2 years ago, obviously he celebrated his 80th birthday, and at that time I was doing my volunteering with Radio Warnford, and one Tuesday night came along. I was looking on This Day in Music, the website with lots of music facts, and to see what was happening on the day, what musical anniversaries there were on the day that I was broadcasting on Radio Warnford, and I was looking ahead, and on the next show I was going to do, it was going to be Kenny's 80th birthday. That was on the 21st of August 2018. So I thought, yeah, great. Well, as part of the request show, what I'll do is we'll play the patients and staff's requests for the request show first. We'll do that first, and then I'll hopefully get the chance, if there was time to do so, to play a couple of tracks to celebrate Kenny's birthday and to make that as like a little fun item for all the listeners. So I did. I ended up. So we had quite a few requests on that day, and I told the patients when I was visiting that it was Kenny Rogers' birthday. So somebody on the ward said, "Oh, in that case, then if it's his big birthday, could I ask for Islands in the Stream?" So I said, "Absolutely." So we played that, and then in addition to that, outside of the requests. And it was actually playing the vinyl, actually. I think it was Lucille and Coward of... Oh, and Lady. Lucille, Lady... Sorry, folks. And Coward of the County. Sorry, I was just looking at my notes there. Those were the 3 tracks which I played on that night to celebrate his birthday, as well as Islands in the Stream. That was to celebrate his 80th birthday. I'm going to put a little post on Facebook later with a photo from that evening, and that was good fun. So there we are. So that's my little celebration of Kenny Rogers, who, as I said, very, very sadly passed away on Friday at the age of 81. Some wonderful stuff they did, some wonderful songs, wonderful duets too, and his music will live on, and I hope that now, through seeing this, you'll want to get the opportunity to check out his songs, not just the really famous ones, The Gambler, Coward of the County, Islands in the Stream, Lady, but to hear the other songs, the other ballads, like She Believes in Me, like You Decorated My Life. Really well written songs. So please do check them out. With regards to Radio Warmford, I'll just very, very quickly say, so that's the station that I volunteer with. Obviously, we're not doing any live broadcasting at the moment because of the outbreak, but we are an online service now. So even though the primary audience for the hospital radio station naturally is for the patients and staff of Warwick Hospital and Stratford Hospital and Ellen Badger Hospital and Leamington Rehab Hospital. It is, as I say, we are online, so you can go to our website, the Radio Warmford website. Just Google it, and you can just click onto our live stream and listen to the work that we do for the patients and staff at those hospitals. So if you're interested and you want to check us out, then please do check us out online. And I say we do request shows when we're able to. Now, of course, we won't be able to do that for a bit, but we will do in time. But if you want to check us out and support the work that we do for the patients and staff, and you want something a little different to listen to while you're at home, then please do check us out and let me know what you think, and I hope that you enjoy hearing us. But there you go. That's it. That's my celebration of and remembering Kenny Rogers. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back very, very soon with some more album reviews and some more movie reviews. I hope you've been enjoying these videos so far. I hope you found them. I hope I've entertained you. I hope it's been interesting for you all. And as I say, please do take care of yourselves, and I'll look forward to being back again soon and sharing some more with you. Okay, for the time being then, folks, catch you later. Take care. Bye bye now.